What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk Week 4 NFL anytime touchdown scores. We're going to get into the prop markets a little bit here in this video, dive into each and every game, and I'll give you guys kind of my list of the short list, actually, and go over kind of my thoughts and feelings about which players will find their way into the end zone and reach pay dirt. So let's get down into it. Guys, if you're new here to the program, make sure you guys all subscribe right down below. Smash that like button and join us here at TBM. Really appreciate all you guys that have stuck around with me. This is a relatively new channel. I've been doing this all my life and just figured I'd start talking about it on YouTube. So welcome to the fold. And if you have not subscribed here on YouTube, make sure you do so, as well as X. Handle is in the bottom left. Also, if you want to get back to the channel, we don't charge for picks here, but become a channel member today and support the channel. Links down below to become a channel member. So let's get into it. We are just going to kind of talk. I'm going to do this kind of talking head. I'm not going to pull up any screens, graphics, or anything. Just going to be kind of break down the games down the board, and I will kind of pull up the odds just to keep you guys involved and entertained. So give me 1 second, and that way we can kind of go game by game together and talk about who's going to find their way into the end zone, okay? So this is where we're going to look into that first game between Jacksonville and Houston. Not going to bet this game too heavily from a prop standpoint. This is a sharper play towards Jacksonville. Houston's a little banged up on both sides of the ball, and we do have the likes of Tank Dell, who not be suiting up for this game. So that three-headed monster between Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs, and Nico Collins gets down to 2, okay? And you can even throw the tight end, his name into the hat, but we are going to keep this one Nico Collins-centric. I think he's going to have a big day. Conversely, if we want to look into what's going to happen, Christian Kirk, it looks to be ramping up his offensive output, but that's something where, they don't have Evan Ingram. You could look into kind of their backup tight end. He kind of had a lackluster performance, but this is something where I do lend towards Nico Collins finding his way into the end zone. If we do get the likes of Joe Mixon not being able to suit up, this is something where in this game I would look for Nico Collins. I think that's going to be the target around the end zone for CJ Stroud. But in this game, I think Brenton Strange is a little bit of a dark horse for the Jacksonville Jaguars if we do get him into the end zone, because it was kind of a bad matchup against the Bills. I know it was a leverage spot where Jacksonville had to throw the football, but it reached this point in the game where it was just such a blowout, and him being the number one tight end with Evan Ingram out of the fold by injury, it's kind of lending towards the fact that they might have to get him involved more readily. I just think that he's a big-bodied tight end. It gives us a lot of value, so that would be kind of my dark horse pick for this one. Okay. Also, I don't mind Trevor Lawrence. All right, may look to take control of the offense. They need a win. They're desperate, and when quarterbacks get desperate, they use their legs a little bit more. So Trevor Lawrence, anytime touchdown, that one's in the books as well. That's a lean, not a play. If anything, I'm going to bet Nico Collins in this game. Next game, Rams-Bears, okay? Staying away from the Bears here. This is not a touchdown thing, but I am going to be fading the likes of, and it's going to be probably a more popular play, fading DeAndre Swift here for the Bears. Looks like he might be on his way out of Chicago. But this one's plain and simple, guys. It's Kyron Williams or nothing. That's the only prop I would get into in terms of anytime touchdowns. The number will be inflated just because of the weapons for the Rams that they're lacking. But for me, it's Kyron Williams or nothing, okay? Steelers, Colts, okay? Staying away from this one as well. You could go Najee Harris. You can go you can go Justin Fields. But within this game, this is a very strong Pittsburgh defense. So, yes, Jonathan Taylor might find his way in, but it's not going to be easy. They've given up 2 touchdowns. We see a low total. I don't usually target anytime touchdowns unless we do get a total above 44, 45 points at a baseline number. And this is something where against the Steelers, they've given up 2 touchdowns. So I just don't see any value in this. If anything, you look at 2, Michael Pittman's going to be shadowed by Joey Porter Jr. It's just not a good recipe for success. Maybe Anthony Richardson scampers in, running for his life against, TJ Watt and company, but that's kind of where I'm at. No play for me of value with the Steelers Colts, okay? Eagles Bucks, that's going to be one where we could go back to the well. Mike Evans is going to be a primetime candidate. He's going to torch that Eagles secondary. We saw the likes of the Eagles losing Devonta Smith, losing, A.J. Brown for this game, and it's going to be Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. Saquon's going to be juiced up pretty well. It's just kind of one of those games where you have to do it. I mean, it's going to be kind of the same narrative of Anthony Richardson. I think we look at kind of what Jalen Hurts is going to be doing. He's going to be using his legs a lot more in this game, a lot more goal line carries. So it's just pretty much cut and dry. It's Mike Evans, Jalen Hurts, or Saquon Barkley. So if you do not mind getting down with the heavily juiced price, almost not to that Christian McCaffrey territory that we had last year where he was almost minus 300 to get a touchdown at times. But I do look for Saquon Barkley to get in the end zone. It's a lower total as well, 42.5. We did see kind of a dud last week between the Eagles and the Saints. So we'll see if that offensive kind of slug continues into week 4. Okay. Bengals, Panthers. Okay. Why not? We do get the Panthers here in a matchup against the Bengals at home where the Bengals have to win this game. I believe Adam Thielen is out of this game, so Andy Dalton and company weapons are going to be lacking. Look for Chuba Hubbard. That's a great pick for anytime touchdown. For me, though, this is something where we do look for the Bengals. Mike Gesicki's a little sneaker. I look for that tight end opportunity there to get into the end zone. So it's me. I would go probably Chase Brown or Mike Gesicki, Chuba Hubbard in this matchup, kind of fading away from the Jamar Chase narrative. I know it's there, it's always there, but it's just kind of like a fade spot for me after having 2 last week. So Bengals have to win. We'll see what happens. This will be kind of an interesting game. I don't think T. Higgins is all there yet. I think he's still nursing a little bit, so I'm going to stay away from T. Higgins as well. Saints, Falcons, this is going to be Drake London or nothing for me. You could look into the Saints backup running back. If Kamara's not able to go, probably bet that before the final confirmations if you want to get some value. Chris Olave looks like he's going to be banged up and probably not ready to go. And this is where Drake London looks to be Kirk Cousins' new Justin Jefferson. So for me, it's going to be Drake London or nothing. Kirk Cousins, he's the same Captain Kirk, airing the football out, and I do look for that number to be kind of still within value territory. I'm not going to get into Kyle Pitts, and I do think that what we look for with Bijan Robinson, yeah, it's there. It's always there, but it might be a little bit too juicy here for a anytime touchdown, especially with the total at 41.5. So I'm really going to actually stay away from this game from an anytime touchdown scoring perspective. Okay. Broncos, Jets. This is a fascinating game. For me, obviously, you could go Breece Hall, but with what we're going to be doing here, I kind of want to take a stab at Braylon Allen, plus 210 as that backup running back for the New York Jets. I think this game has blowout potential, and if we do get the second kind of strings go in there, we could see Braylon Edwards find his way into the end zone. He was able to do that this season twice already out of the 3 games being played. He's been pretty effective when we look at, Breece Hall has been able to find the end zone. But when we look at Braylon Allen, okay, I want to pull up some numbers here for you guys. He did find the end zone once against the Titans. He catches some balls out of the backfield, 3, 2, 1, and receptions respectively. But he has been getting a little bit of an uptick in volume, especially in that blowout win against the Patriots. That's where I kind of see similar to today's game where he does find the end zone kind of in a mop-up duty against the Broncos. So that's going to be my little sleeper play, I should say, for the Jets Broncos game. Okay, Minnesota and Green Bay, that's the one you guys all want to talk about. Aaron Jones comes back to Lambeau, and that's exactly where we're going. Probably my favorite anytime touchdown scorer of the day. Yes, it's chalky, and yes, I don't care. Aaron Jones right now, that's a very good value play here. Plus 130 to get into the end zone. They're going to try to get him carries, goal line, receiving, whatever it may be. He's going to get touches, and I firmly believe that he's going to find his way into the end zone just because he's talked so much about getting that Lambeau leap. Hell, I think even Green Bay might even let him. So Aaron Jones seems to be my layup for the day. We'll see if that actually happens, but I'd be remiss if I did not play that today with an anytime touchdown scorer, okay? Couple other ones to talk about. We could go into the Patriots 49ers. It's going to be kind of a blowout game, in my opinion. Look for the likes of Jordan Mason and also Jennings for the receiver for the 49ers. Seems to be Brock Purdy's favorite target with the likes of Debo being absent. And so on and so forth. But who actually suits up, we won't know till a little bit later in the day. But we will look for Jordan Mason in this contest, obviously, where New England has a stout run defense, but I still think that they get close enough within the 10-yard line where I do see this being a plus territory for San Francisco's running backs. So I am going to take Jordan Mason here for anytime touchdown, albeit it is going to be a juicy price. Okay, and then we'll go down a little bit more. We'll talk Browns, Raiders. No play for me anytime touchdown in this game. There's just not going to be enough scoring to really peg in what's going to happen. Possibly look defensive touchdown, special teams touchdown this game. That's kind of a little bit of a long shot play for me, but look into that. Okay, I'm not even joking because I think this is something where the Browns are going to be coming at them. The Raiders are going to be down a lineman. It's going to be Gardner Minshew running for his life. I think Myles Garrett has a big day today, and look for defensive touchdown, any team or anytime special teams touchdown as being my best prop bet for a touchdown market in the Browns Raiders. Okay, it's going to happen somewhere, and this one might be it. Okay. Kansas City and the Chargers. This is where we go right back to the well. J.K. Dobbins, you can get on that train. But for me, guys, the value is going to be within taking Carson Steele and Travis Kelce. Okay, I think Carson Steele gets in. They tried last week like hell to get him in the end zone and just got stuck at the 1 yard line. Very similar to what we saw with Pacheco before he got hurt. That was one where he just failed to get in the end zone as well. But for me, guys, it just does not last. I think Kelce gets in 3 games without a touchdown. Whatever you want to call it, his props are way too low. 44.5 receiving, I'm going over that as well. But I do like Kelce. Anytime touchdown, plus 180. That's some great value against a Chargers defense that historically allows Kelce to run rampant. I know kind of Harbaugh is a different mindset, but still, we got to go within Kelce anytime touchdown. Probably one of my favorite plays of the day as well. Okay, so that'll wrap up kind of the 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock games. I am going to touch a little bit about the later games because I do like Josh Allen and the Ravens, Bills. I like Josh Allen anytime touchdown. I'm going to stay away from Henry. It probably will happen, but if I had to pick one in this game, I'm going Josh Allen. Didn't score last week, anytime touchdown, and this is that AFC game where he's going to be highly motivated. He's going to run. Okay, it's going to be a grinded-out slugfest game. Baltimore comes in with the number 1 rushing defense in the NFL, so I do not look for James Cook to kind of have the same kind of results he had against Miami where he just went rampant, but James Cook is getting a lot of touchdowns this season, so getting one, that's going to be kind of juiced up, but it could happen. I just don't want to take him against that Baltimore front, and I don't trust any of the Buffalo receivers. You could look at Kincaid having a big game, maybe Isaiah Lakely, but for me, this is where Josh Allen is the value play for me. He gets into the red zone against Baltimore. He's going to take matters in his own hands, and I do look for Josh Allen to get into the end zone as my best anytime touchdown scorer prop for that game. And then obviously I'm going to save the Monday night games kind of within my Monday night preview. Tennessee, Miami, and Seattle, and Detroit. That's going to be one where obviously we look into Detroit offensively. This is going to be a higher scoring game, one of the higher scoring games on the board in my opinion. And then obviously Miami and Tennessee, that's one where you got to look at a chain, and pretty much all bets are off because with the likes of Tua, now we have kind of the third string quarterback that was just recently signed by Miami. Very vanilla game plan. They're going to be handing the ball off, and it's going to be kind of interesting to see what the Dolphins do on Monday night. They luckily get that extra day to prepare, but that's where they go with Tyler Huntley in this matchup. It's just all bets are off. It's kind of where I don't want to put my chips and just kind of bank on the low-scoring Tennessee Titans. We're seeing this total at 37.5 too, so something I'm going to stay away from, okay? But that'll wrap it up. Those are my best anytime touchdown scoring props for today's games. Appreciate you guys watching, as always. Here is a little recap for you guys if you were following along. These are just the names. I'm not going to bet all of these, but within these games and contests, these are the ones that I'm going to lean towards to get into the end zone. So appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe down below, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Good luck with your picks.